last night, for no reason at all, I was like, it's time. Like a lot of people my age, I've been tracking my reading using apps for many years, from Goodreads to Storygraph and now Margins. And I really enjoy doing that. I feel like it's an easy way to keep a record of everything I've read. But I feel like lately I've just been checking off books, marking them as finished, and then moving on to the next one without spending a lot of time reflecting on that book. And I think part of the problem is that I don't want to share my thoughts with the entire world immediately. That's where this comes in. After I finish a book, I want to dedicate a good amount of time and notebook pages to reflecting on that book. Initial impressions. What stands out to me? What I loved about it? What I hated about it? The characters that felt real, the things that fell flat, the themes that I think the book is trying to delve into. But rather than post them to a public place where anyone in the world can read, judge, criticize my opinions, I can be completely honest and vulnerable in this notebook with no fear that anyone is ever going to read it. And that is a very freeing prospect. I say it was a spontaneous decision to start a reading journal, but I actually feel like there were a few seeds planted throughout this year. First, in the bookshop where I used to work, I was talking to one of my older colleagues who was very unfamiliar with the world of Margins and Storygraph and all the other apps out there that you can use to track your books. But he did say that he, for years, has kept a little notebook where he would jot down a few thoughts about the books he read. And I thought that was a very nice, meditative, relaxing way to reflect on one's reading. Then, fast forward a few weeks, I tried out Virginia Woolf's writing routine. Check out that blog if you missed it. And one of the practices she was really famous for was keeping a journal. And practicing her writing routine reminded me just how useful and helpful it can be to keep a journal. It's just amazing to have a place where you can just put thoughts down on a page. But I feel like I always had in my head that this would have to be a journal about my life. Until fast forward a little bit more, I came across this video on YouTube that was talking about journaling and the benefits of journaling, and then went on to name various types of journals, and she included a reading journal on there. I feel like something clicked and I was like,
wait a second.
Who's to say what is the correct way to journal? I could get just as much benefit out of a reading journal as a regular journal. In fact, I could get even more. Maybe what I've been needing all this time is a reading journal. A place for me to unapologetically, unabashedly write about the books I've read. A place for me to use my pen to take thoughts from my mind onto a page. And a place for me to delve more deeply into the books I've read, rather than just, mark them as finished and move on to the next one. So I'm very excited to embark on this project. I'm going to go back through the books I've read this year, and I'm just going to keep it very simple. The title of the book, the author, dates read. Maybe if I feel like it, I'll print out a little picture of the book cover, and then just my thoughts for however many pages. And even if my thoughts are just,
I don't know what the that was.
then that's fine. Maybe I'll find that I don't have much to say about a book, but maybe I'll find that there are a lot of things I want to say about it. Ultimately, I think that by writing about these books, I'm going to develop a deeper understanding of how I feel about it, and I'll be able to engage more critically with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye!